Now, going over to the culture part of the podcast, you have Disney claiming that The Marvels is the #1 film in the world, which is true, perhaps in opposite world. Or, well, I guess Marvels did buy out. Oh, Disney bought out Marvel as well as Lucasfilm. So, as they themselves might claim in court, if they were sued for this claim, they can say, well, as they say in Star Trek, it is true what I said from a certain point of view. Or something to that effect. Kidding. I know it's Star Wars. Calm down. But nevertheless, now this comes to thanks to the DailyMail.com, and they say that Marvel is accused of lying after claiming that the new film, The Marvels, is the #1 in the world, despite having the worst box office opening in any Marvel movie ever, as well as other movies actually having more sales. So, again, the first opening weekend, which, if you look at historically, when we talk about the films that we're covering, the box office releases and the statistics, that's the best and the most important weekend. In the aggregate, it adds up, of course, but an overwhelming majority of the time, that's the biggest weekend you're ever going to get in terms of revenue. Historically speaking, very few movies have ever actually done better the second or third weekend throughout the course of cinema history. Now, in this weekend, they only made $47 million, which, again, we have to remember, these films cost $300, $400, $500 million just to make, and they're projecting this was going to hit between, $80 to $90 million. And again, this is the lowest opening in MCU opening ever. Now, they say that it's earned the most of the box. Let's see here. Lowest opening box office histories. They noted that it did beat out Five Nights at Freddy, which earned $9 million. I didn't even know that. I thought it was a cartoon ride. Oh, no, I guess it did do a movie. Now, the Marvel's Avengers Endgame earned almost 10 times as much with a whopping $357 million in an opening weekend. That is astonishing. And it shows you the downfall of Marvel. They used to, like Disney, print money. They used to be the hottest thing on the block. And partially because I think they're going for a quantity over quality, as well as the poor writing and starting politics and overall just making movies insufferable. Their movie, statistically speaking, they're becoming anemic. And from a fiscal perspective, they just keep bleeding money. And so the specific quote they're talking about is this one was on Twitter, which 18 people do call it X. Or maybe 17 people call it X. I suspect not many people actually call it that in the real world. Let me know if you ever have. I don't think I have, except for when I make jokes on the show. And Disney tweeted saying, quote, "Don't miss the #1 movie in the world. Now playing in theaters everywhere." Unquote. And fans were quickly to ratio it, saying it was definitely not the #1 movie and that the studio was delusional. Some of the top comments come in saying, quote, "Which world? Your own? Because it sure as hell ain't the real one." Unquote. Another popular one saying, quote, "#1 in the world. I knew my optician's appointment was long overdue, but thanks for reminding me." Unquote. Haha, an eyeglasses joke. Industry specific. I'll allow it. Another tweet says, quote, "#1 in the world. Does this mean I can sue you guys for false advertisement?" Unquote. And those are all getting between 100 and between 20 and 100 likes. Now, it looks like Marvel is currently ranked at disputed #1 statistically. Currently, Barbie sits in the world at #1 as per Box Office Mojo. Meanwhile, Marvel sits at spot 41. According to Box Office Mojo, Marvel was ranked 41. You lied. A lot of people are pointing that out, saying you lied on the Twitterverse. Yeah, literally the 41st. So, a lot of people are saying so many lies, so many bad movies. The film is boring and didn't do anything to push the MCU in a good direction. The best thing was the post-credit scene with the Beast, which, interesting enough, it sounded that the person probably stayed for the whole thing, oddly enough. Let's see. Someone by the name of Don Leon says, quote, "You guys are kidding, right? Just watched it, and it is by far the worst Marvel movie of your history, and I've seen all of them. What a shame. I've never been so disappointed." So it'll be interesting to see if Disney comes out with a redaction or says, our mistake, we meant, spiritually it's #1 or something cliche like that. Like #1 in our own mind. But Disney's downfall continues to be the business blunder of the century. Now, let me know in the comments. I mean, do you think this movie will actually make a profit? Statistically speaking, it won't, because again, the opening weekend is the most important one, and it's estimated this costs around like $400 million before paying for marketing and advertisements. So, I mean, if I was a gambling man, I would say the outlook for them actually breaking a profit on this film, I would have to say the outlook is not so good. Thank you again, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Don't forget to take the time to like and subscribe and comment. Trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of November, so you click that button. I greatly appreciate it. Also, the comments and the feedback are greatly appreciated because that's how to make the show better and better and improve. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.